Today I'm going to tell the story about the strongest Uchiha. Yeah, even stronger than Madara. This story has everything from fierce action and battles to heartwarming emotions and a painful love story. So buckle up and let's get started. This story is about Hikaku Uchiha, someone most of us don't even know about. He was only shown in one frame. I see people complain Shisui didn't get enough screen time. What do you have to say about Hikaku? He was much stronger than Shisui, and his story isn't even covered in the manga or anime. We were only able to see him in this one instance. Hikaku Uchiha lived in the Warring States period where the motto was either kill or get killed, and being strong was the most important thing. Hikaku was very young but was filled with enormous skill and talent, even stronger than Madara. For proof, here is a screenshot from the databook clearly stating that despite his youth, he's the most talented in his clan, and is very adept at being a leader. And at the time, Madara also lived and was just 1 year younger than Hikaku. As you know, Madara was the son of Tajima Uchiha, the leader of the Uchiha clan at that time. So naturally, he was expected to lead the Uchiha after him, and was seen as a leader and prodigy from the start. Hikaku didn't come from any special background. Still, he was an excellent shinobi, started fighting in multiple wars from the age of 5 against multiple enemy clans, including the Uzumaki, Sarutobi, and the Shimura, making his family proud because there was no formidable shinobi before him from his family. But Hikaku was no ordinary Uchiha. He never let hatred take over himself. As we know from the history of the Uchiha and their powers that negative emotions such as hatred, betrayal, and misery were in their fate. Till now, Hikaku's life was exceptional and great, being the best in his whole clan, and winning wars with their biggest enemies at such a young age. But one day Hikaku was forced to face his fate. His entire squad was killed by Sasuke Sarutobi, the greatest shinobi from the Sarutobi clan, also the father of Hiruzen Sarutobi. That day, Hikaku awakened his Sharingan and experienced hatred and misery at the hands of Sasuke Sarutobi. That day, he also almost got killed, but thanks to reinforcements headed by Madara himself, Sarutobi needed to fall back and Hikaku was saved. That day, Hikaku made it his life purpose to end this war-driven world and bring peace. But his methods were very different than what you were thinking right now. He did not plan on making peace with other clans or trying to stop the fighting. He wanted to make the Uchiha clan victorious among all the clans so that he can stop wars by establishing complete control. Also on that day, he made it his life purpose to kill Sasuke Sarutobi himself one day to avenge his teammates. At this time, Madara and his brother took over the leadership of the clan and were fighting against the Senju. Hikaku was made the general of the other front. As you know, the Warring States period was like a battle royale, so each clan was getting attacked by multiple clans. The Uchiha is one of the strongest, facing a higher number of enemies. So while Madara was fighting against their biggest opponents, the Senju, Hikaku was made to fight the other group of clans, including the Yamanaka, Nara, and the Akimichi clan, the legendary Ino-Shika-Cho combination. There were many days when Hikaku killed hundreds of shinobi alone. He was a master of battle strategy as well, so he built one of the strongest armies from the handful of Uchiha shinobi he had, and was winning wars like crazy. Many shinobi used to say they had never seen a jutsu that Hikaku couldn't copy, just like Kakashi the copy ninja. One day, Hikaku got some intel that Sasuke Sarutobi was nearby. Without wasting any time, he got up and hit the road. Before meeting and finding Sarutobi, he was stopped on his way by a kunoichi. Her name was Mata. She stood in his way and Hikaku realized that she must be from the Sarutobi clan, and that's the reason he is stopping him from meeting Sasuke. They fought and Hikaku came up victorious. He could have killed her at that point, but he chose mercy. Something about her face stopped Hikaku from turning into his dark side and giving up to his hate for the Sarutobi clan. Sasuke Sarutobi was no longer there, and Mata was captured as a prisoner of war. Hikaku used to come to visit Mata in his free time. As time went on, Hikaku started developing feelings for her, and before we know it, Mata revealed that she was pregnant. This was something Hikaku didn't expect and was startled. Before even Hikaku could get his head right, Mata gave him another shock. A shock that totally switched off the rational part of his thinking. She said that she is the daughter of Sasuke Sarutobi. She didn't reveal it at first, because that way the Uchiha would have a large advantage against the Sarutobi clan. Hikaku did something which was never expected from him. He challenged Sasuke Sarutobi to a death match. With Mata being the stake, Sasuke agreed. But later at the meeting place, Hikaku and a bunch of Sarutobi clan shinobi appeared from the bushes. They were trying to snatch away Madara from the Uchiha, but were surprised to see her resist. Sasuke Sarutobi was very smart though. He quickly figured that she had a baby in her womb by sensing the presence of 2 chakra signatures from her. And he knew it must be an Uchiha child because she was in the Uchiha cell for a year, and now she is resisting to come back. This was something that was totally unacceptable at that time. Inter-clan marriages were not at all possible. Clans always married in between themselves. While fighting Hikaku, Sasuke turned with the course and went straight for Madara, and before we know it, she and her baby were killed by a single slash from his weapon. Hikaku couldn't believe his eyes and was agitated beyond his limits. And at that moment his Mangekyo awakened and he burned everything with the fierce flames of his Amaterasu. Most of the Sarutobi shinobi were killed in that hellfire, but Sasuke Sarutobi was somehow able to escape in a half-dead state. And at that moment Hikaku blacked out. His only hope for living and loving this accursed world was killed by the same man who killed his squad. With the new powers of the Mangekyo, he was ready to burn and destroy any enemy. As they say, the most dangerous man in this world is a man who has got nothing to lose. After that, Madara's brother was killed and the pact with the Senju clan was sealed, and they established the Hidden Leaf Village. Hikaku never really liked that because the people he used to fight for his life against are now his allies. But Hikaku never really cared about anything after Madara's death. Sasuke Sarutobi killed his love and his future together with the humans inside of him. With time, he lost his eyesight because like Madara, he didn't have a brother, but even with his eyes gone, he could still perform all the jutsu he learned using his Sharingan, and could sense people with his sensory abilities. He was killed in a battle against the Tsuchikage of that time. He mentioned that even with his eyesight gone, Hikaku was not an enemy who can be taken lightly. He wiped out my whole squad with only me and the deepest layer left alive, and the only reason I was able to beat him was because of his exhaustion. Let me know in the comments about what you think about Hikaku Uchiha, and watch this video about how Naruto changed the life of Kurama. 1,500 people loved it, so I think you'll love it too. Thanks and peace out.